32 teams arrived in Manila, 2 from the host nation, for a team event that is one of the biggest in the 9-ball calendar. There's been no place to hide, no second chances as some of the best players on the planet team up to stake their claim to the PartyPoker.net World Cup of Pool. China, the defending champions, were attempting to claim a record-breaking 3rd World Cup, but the number 1 seeds fell to lowly ranked Switzerland, a match that opened the tournament and set the tone right from the start. England were full of confidence with the European number 1 and a former world champion in their ranks. That confidence seemed justified. Would they be the first European side to lift the trophy? Qualifiers Estonia in the opening round seemed to present few problems, but the Estonians hadn't read the script. The USA have won World Cup to their credit, and they opted for a new-look team with plenty of experience, a stark contrast with their opponent Singapore. But it was Singapore who find themselves in the second round. In total, 8 seeds fell at the first hurdle. For the favourites, there was some good news. Germany powered through their match with Australia without dropping a single rack. The host nation, fielding 2 teams here in Manila, saw success for Reyes and Bustamante against a spirited Kuwait side, and then Alcano and Orcolo brushed aside Austria. The tail of the tape shows the second round starting to take shape. Switzerland take on Sweden. Korea face Japan, who can boast the current 9-ball world champion in their ranks. The ever-popular B team of Reyes and Bustamante face India. Germany, so impressive in beating Australia, now face Malaysia. Estonia rewarded for that stunning win over England with a second round match against Thailand. Singapore another surprise inclusion after that win over the USA, and are now waiting on the outcome of our next match. Chinese Taipei now go on to play Italy, winners of our last match, and coming up now the penultimate match in the first round, Vietnam and Poland playing for the right to take on Singapore. Poland, the number 11 seeds, field the very experienced Radoslaw Babica, who plays alongside KArol Skowerski.
I think if we win, it will be great. I said we don't expect it so much, so if we repeat success from last year, 5th place, I think it will be great.
In a tournament that has favoured the underdog, Vietnam must now rate their chances of joining a host of unseeded nations in the second round. Commentary for this match comes from B-Boy Serrano and Ted Lerner.
It's a race to 8. Winner breaks. This is the first round here on day 3 at the World Cup of Pool. Yes, it does take a few days to get through all these matches. We've got 1 match table in this tournament right here, our TV table arena, this beautiful setup here in the block at SM City North EDSA. Ted Lerner with B-Boy Soriano. How do you see this one going, B-Boy?
Hard to call. It's been a very, very weird week. A lot of upsets. China, defending champion, is gone. Of course, one of the earlier matches, Chinese Taipei versus Russia, well, 8-3 for the brothers, Kopin and Kopin Chun.
That is the thing about the World Cup of Pool.
Poland
it
win the leg.
Takes players out of their normal routine of playing singles, which they do 99% of the time as they travel around the world on the professional
Race
pool
to 8
circuit.
racks. First rack, Poland to break.
So much different dynamic, having to confer with a teammate, and it doesn't always work. Sometimes the players, you'll see them one will get frustrated with the other, and it's difficult, and that's why you see some bizarre situations and really what we would consider upsets. Yesterday, Singapore has never won anything in the World Cup of Pool, and they defeated the team from the United States. England went down yesterday to Estonia, who's making their first showing here in the World Cup of Pool. So that's what makes this tournament so fun and has made it more and more popular over the years, B-Boy.
Yeah, you know, you may be as individuals really good players, but of course teams that are weaker but have gelled working as a team can actually excel.
So Team Poland with those snazzy shirts there, really nice designs. Says Poland on the front. You see that big airbrushed eagle on the back of Radoslaw Babica. They might be one of the candidates for our best dressed, although the American team did a pretty good job with those red, white, and blue Old Glory slacks.
And the shoes.
And the shoes. That was an amazing outfit they put together, but it certainly didn't do them any good in helping notch a victory. Americans are gone. So good spread here for Team Poland.
And he'd be shooting the 6, same pocket as the 5.
And you talk about teams with loads of talent, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to gel together. Look at England yesterday. Darren Appleton and Chris Smelling, two of the best out there right now individually. Playing together, they didn't gel together that well. Not as well as I thought they would. And they got knocked out by the Estonia team that came together perfectly, played as if they had nothing to lose, and they just played a great match.
Well, Estonia played it really smart, took their time, thought everything through, but I did feel that they were really thinking too much. But still, they managed to win, and that's the only thing that counts.
It's a single elimination event. So you win, you're through to the next round, the round of 16, and you lose, you're out. $250,000 in prize money on offer. It's a huge prize fund for the sport of pool, and $60,000 to the winning team. So as we move along in this tournament, the pressure will just keep building. Now Babica for the 9, and he gets it. Poland on the board first. That's a good way to start.
Yeah, break and run.
Some good talent in Poland.
Yeah, good lines. Let's see if they can hold it.
Recently held the WPA Junior Championships and was won by a lad from Poland. It's what you see in pool B-boy more and more as the years go by. The talent level around the world just keeps growing exponentially. Countries in the Middle East like Lebanon, good players. Even Iran, good players.
Second rack, Poland to break,
Canada.
leading by 1 rack to 0.
Of course, here in Asia, there's just more and more talent coming through all the time. KArol Skowerski on the break.
3 balls down. Shot on the 2. Looking good for Poland.
Well, B-boy, they're able to break like that. Any team able to break like that has a huge advantage.
It's rare that most balls are all over on the top of the table. Usually they're stuck here near the bottom. Slightly overran a bit, but he's okay. Shoot this off the rail. Come back for the 4.
This is connect the dots pool, and that's why the break shot so important in this game. If you can figure it out.
The problem is not like in singles play. It's you always breaking, so it has to be you and your partner who have to figure it out because it's alternate break also.
That's right. You cannot just send anybody up there. It has to be each player takes turns breaking, and each player takes turns shooting. As you can see here, they switch off each and every shot.
Looking very well in sync.
Not difficult to do when you make 3 balls on the break and have a nice shot on the opening object ball. So Skowerski to quickly make it 2-0. And so far, the only time we've seen the team in yellow, Vietnam, was at the lag.
Radoslaw Babica, veteran. Used to be called the choir boy, I believe.
Well, he's been around a long time, so perhaps no longer a boy.
That's why I have
Used
to
to
change
be.
that. Yes, similar with Chris Smelling, Q Boy. That's what I call him now.
So it'll be Radoslaw Babica. 2 very successful
Rack
break
3,
shots so far for
to break,
Poland.
leading by 2 racks to 0.
Pay attention to the yellow 1. Generally has been tracking towards the right side pocket on your screen.
Five ball goes down, or rather the 3 ball. It's a legal break shot. Shot on the 1. Nope. Can't see it, Ted.
Legal shot, legal break shot, meaning that you must either get 3 balls past the head string, that white line you see going across the table, or 3 balls down in the pockets, or a combination of both. And the idea there is to stop players from soft breaking. And Radoslaw just tore into that break, but got a ball down, but no result on the opening shot, so they'll have to play a safe. So Vietnam can see that. This is the first time we've seen Vietnam in this match.
Problem is, it doesn't seem that 1 ball passes the 2 and 4. May try and kiss off of one of the balls there, but it's risky. May just go based on this angle. May just seem to go. No, it does not. And big error here. First stint on the table, commits a very, very big error, leaving the 1, 3 rack to nothing, possibly the lead. 2 ball right beside the 1 ball. So 1, 2, and 4 all close together. So nothing much to do.
That was Luong, a very familiar face on the international circuit, representing Vietnam.
Extension.
So they're just trying to figure out how to get from the 1, the yellow 1, to the blue 2, which is right next to it.
Yeah, the angle, Ted, is a bit big, so possibility of bumping into that 2 and getting off shape for that 2 is going to be the big question. Goes around it. He's going to play the cut. That's smart. The thin cut. Swing the cue ball about 2 rails back to the center with a 4. And again, 2 rails or possibly 1 to come out for the 5, which will be taken in the lower right corner pocket. And that should be possibly it for this rack.
Babica, a very, very strong player. With loads of talent. And he's gelling well with Skowerski early on.
Yeah, they seem to work really good. Won't like that one. It's okay, but it's not going to be too happy with that.
.40-second shot clock.
Nice use of spin there.
Poles are shooting good.
Perfect. Straight on the 9.
And this is the one ball in the rack that you want straight and close, just like this. KArol Skowerski, Team Poland, up 3-0 and looking razor sharp. We'll be back with more here at the partypoker.net World Cup of Pool.
Thank you. Rack 4, Poland to break, leading by 3 racks to 0.
Okay, Latab with the good news for Poland and the bad news for Vietnam. 3-0. And Team Poland has had this break shot down on all 3 racks. And right now, Vietnam just relegated to the chair. There's another good break.
Okay.
1 ball down. There's actually 2 balls down and a shot on the 2, B-boy. This does not bode well for Team Vietnam.
Yeah, KArol's been breaking fairly very good from that side. They'll be actually checking the path of the 4 between the 5 and the rail. They may just even be able to play this with a kiss on the 5. Tricky shot. First 2 ball, then the 3 possibly top left. That's a nice shot there. Good control.
Yes, you can see the position on the red 3. He's going to hit it low and bring it back for the pink 4. Oh, that was interesting. Decided to hit it really hard so they could bring it across table and get it in exact position. But boy, you better hit it dead on, B-boy, if you're going to hit it that hard.
That's true. They needed to be straight on the 4. Fortunately for them, did not leave a shot on the 3. First error, or on first error by Poland. Safety here for Vietnam, Nguyen, Phuc Long. That is gonna be perfect.
You can hear the applause from the crowd. Some of the most knowledgeable pool fans in the world here in the Philippines. It'll be Radoslaw Babica to try to get out of this safety.
It's the hit.
Well, that's the idea for Vietnam. Get a lockdown safety and force your opponent to just sort of swat at it. Can't really do anything with that, and Poland leaves it wide open now for Vietnam. So they have to get by this 4 and 5. It'll be a 4-5 combination. But if they can get by those 2 balls, it'll be clear sailing. But first things first.
Well, the safety from Nguyen actually made it easier. He broke up the cluster. Now he's developed it into a 4-5 combination.
And got to get position, and they do. Oh, that is not the result he wanted.
Hit it too thin at the same time. If you noticed, a lot of movement. His head just slightly coming up, but did not leave the pocket. Take a look. The hit was really thin.
I know it's still early, but in this race to 8, It's just 3-0 in favor of Poland, but a mistake like that, B-boy, that can cost you the match.
Extension.
I mean, here you are, you have a wide open table after the safety and should really be running out. And now you hand the table back to Poland.
And that's going to be perfect, I think. Bumps the 8 out. Well, he's fine, even though they'll be queuing over the 6 ball.
A little too straight, so he had to force it. Look out. Oh, that's a good result.
Yes, hard stop there.
Well, the ones who are hard stopping right now, it's Team Vietnam. This should be 3-1, and it's going to be 4-0. And it's a very short race to 8, and the way Poland's been breaking, it's going to be very difficult to come back. Easy does it for Team Poland. Four to 0 now. Skowerski downs the 9 ball. Team Poland will be breaking in this race to 8 winner breaks first round contest here at the partypoker.net World Cup of Pool. We're playing Scotch doubles, nation versus nation. 31 nations here, 2 teams from the Philippines. So we've got 32 teams overall. And after our next match between Canada and Malta, we'll be down to 16 teams. A real fun event. Something you don't see every day in the world of pool. And it's always fun to see how players work together or don't work together.
And the emotions that come out.
And the drama. Oh, I can guarantee you there's going to be plenty of drama. We've already had some with a lot of the big names being taken down, including the defending champion China, the USA, Holland, England.
Two balls go down.
Finland with Mika Immonen went out. So 2 balls down, but no clear shot on the yellow 1. Ted Lerner with B-Boy Soriano, bringing you the action from the SM City North EDSA here in Quezon City. So a discussion here as to what to do on that yellow 1. Can they see any of that? Difficult for us to tell.
They have the option of a push. It's a question of where they want to push it. They can't push to the left because the 1 is open for that top left. So they might end up pushing it all the way to that left top side of the table. Play the safety instead. That is very surprising. They could see it, so they tried it. I think it just got there behind the 5 ball. Smart play.
So it'll be Luong Chidong with the short stick. That's the jump cue. You can see the very difficult cueing. You know, he has to put half of his hand on the rail and the other half on the table. So this is not easy. He hits it. Where's it going to end up? Right over the pocket.
You see Radoslaw smiling. think the 7 is obscuring the path of the cue ball for the 1. Or maybe not.
Yeah, there might be a small alley between the 5 and the 9. The problem is you don't have to just pot it. You got to get position on the blue too, which is way up where Radoslaw is now standing.
And the problem is there's no room for safety here. So they might just as well go for the shot, try to force it in. They can actually try and bang that one off of that point. He has to go back down anyway, so might as well just take a crack at it. Nowhere to go. Went under.
And they've left that on. Now the problem here for Nguyen, Phuc, Luong is they can see that 1, but the 2 is right there, and they have to control the cue ball to get a shot on that blue 2.
I feel is that they're going to use the 2, shoot the 1 in, try and hold the cue ball with the help of that 2 ball.
But first you have to make it. And now it is totally on and open for Team Poland. They lead 4-0. And Team Poland, the men in red, quickly out of their chairs because they smell blood. Yes, they have that eagle on the back of their shirts, and right now Vietnam reduced to just prey.
Not an easy shot he played though. The pot was easy, but the control and the hit on the 2 to hold was his main concern, so he missed the 1. 5 balls remaining. Fairly easy layout here for Poland.
Pot from Radoslaw Babica leaves the green 6. Team Vietnam just over in their chairs in agony, watching this drubbing.
Yeah, so far Vietnam has 3 huge critical errors. 2 misses on one ball and 1 on the 4, the last 3 racks.
Good pot there from Radoslaw Babica, so it'll be KArol Skowerski to take down the 9. 5-0 in favor of Poland over Vietnam. And we'll have more here at the partypoker.net World Cup of Pool.
Rack 6, Poland to break, leading by 5 racks to 0.
It's all Team Poland, the men in red. KArol Skowerski and Radoslaw Babica. Skowerski to break. Vietnam, a mere afterthought in this match so far, and Poland has been breaking great, B-boy. And
especially him.
There's another ball down.
And always a shot on the next ball.
And I like the fact that they're hammering that rack. That's what we like to see in 9-ball.
That's the reason why that 3-ball rule came into effect, for players to be breaking big.
And I know pros will do whatever it takes to get a good spread on the balls and to make one on the break, and so they get a shot on the next object ball. But let's face it, as a fan, it is much more fun to watch guys tear into that rack.
Yeah, pros will think of anything. They'll master. You change a rule, they'll fix it right away.
Yeah, that's true. So Nguyen from Vietnam, all they can do is watch, and it's not pretty.
We've only had one whitewash thus far. That belongs to Germany. Let's see if Poland can duplicate that. That's a great shot right there. A little help from the 6 ball.
It's fun to watch this team, Poland. They're really working well together and breaking perfectly, shooting good. They're firing on all cylinders. This is sort of what Team Germany looked like yesterday in that whitewash of Australia.
But the main key word is that the break, their break, has been almost perfect.
And the potting has been just about the same. I like the fact that they're not rushing anything. They're very relaxed, enjoying each other's company and just enjoying being out here and in this huge stage, representing their country. 40-second shot clock with one extension, so they call an extension. A little straight on this 7 ball. Just trying to figure out where they would want to leave it and how to do that.
The problem is, one, if they draw this back, they're going to force it. They may, the 7 ball might rattle out. If they force follow this, may do the same. So what he's going to do, he's going to try and play drop, probably just back to the center, not to force the issue. Tried it all the way back. Ah, wow.
Beautiful shot.
But now he's a bit out of line for that 8 ball. Has to move that 8 cue ball to the right, take the 9, same pocket. Still has work here.
And as we've noted all week, when you hit it hard, you have to be dead straight in the pocket. These are very tight pockets.
That has to move, and they are in a bit of trouble. He can cut this. Might have to use the bridge or the rest. It's going to stretch.
Right dead center into the pocket it goes. 6-0. A terrific display of 9-ball doubles for Team Poland as they lead Vietnam 6-0. And Vietnam, Luong Chidong and Nguyen Phuc Long, all they can do right now, stare at the floor with their heads hung low.
The sad thing is that Team Vietnam can play. Made 3 errors. That's as much as they shot. That's it.
Terrific crowds here on hand this afternoon at the SM City North EDSA Mall.
Rack 7, Poland to break, leading by 6 racks to 0.
Radoslaw Babica.
Six ball drops, 3 balls past the head string, and no shot on the 1 ball.
Cue ball got away from him. Pros always like to park that cue ball in the center of the table to increase the percentages on the opening shot, but in that case you see the white ball got away from Radoslaw.
Hey, they'll be pushing out possibly to where that 5 is, leaving Vietnam a shot on the 1, but a tough cut. I were Vietnam, Ted, I'll give this back.
Well, you can see that they see the left side of that yellow one. The other thing is that you know, they may feel they want to go offensive, if just to be out there shooting.
Well, Luong doesn't like it. There is a safety in effect here.
Extension.
Oh, they burned their extension. They're going to take it. They're going to try and make it.
This is a desperation time.
If the cue ball was not on the rail, then I maybe would consider taking the shot on. Got it.
No risk, no reward. Well, good for them. They needed a break.
Now the question is, do they finish?
Yeah, you're right. They have to take this down to the 9 ball. Be nice to see them at least get one on the board. It's been rough sailing this entire match for Team Vietnam. They trail 6-0. Well, there's no obvious problems here, B-boy.
Yep, he'll just draw back for the 7, 8 in the opposite side, and the 9. So we will be seeing.
I don't have my pen out yet to mark the score. Teams that are getting beat this badly, never give them anything. I can't see how it could happen otherwise.
Yeah, he's a bit wrong-sided on the 8. If he just follows it down, he's going to leave a big angle for Luong. So he might end up going 2 rails up, then to the right.
Yeah, this is where things can go wrong.
Like this.
Like right into the side pocket. Almost. Living dangerously. So Luong Chi-dong for Vietnam's first rack of the game.
Yeah, well,
I told you.
Luong knows better than that.
Put the pen down until the 9 goes, and he was very uncomfortable. He looked up into the sky just before he shot that, and you could just see he was almost just praying that it would go in.
That, everyone, is pure nerves. We've seen him, Ted. We know how he plays.
He's a great player.
Great player. But as we said, so different playing this event. Probably next to the Moscone Cup. This is the most nerve-wracking event on the pocket billiard calendar.
Well, it was really just a case of they had made several mistakes. We're going to have a break, and we will come back here at the partypoker.net World Cup of Pool.
Thank you, rack 8. Poland to break, leading by 7 racks to 0.
It has been all Team Poland, and that was a rather embarrassing moment for Luong Chi-dong. A very elementary 9 ball, down 6-0. They should have been on the board, and he missed it by a mile. And it's really a matter of not just the nerves, it's the thinking in your mind that, you know, of all the mistakes that have come in the last 45 minutes, And it's just a slippery slope. And some days you have it and some days you don't. And clearly today is not Vietnam's day. And another great break-off B-boy for Team Poland. And this one should soon be history.
Soon. Let's see. No shot on the 4. Skowerski has been breaking perfect, as in perfect. Safety, 4-ball will not go.
Extension.
Difficult to tell. There might be a little space there. Will they try to cut it? No. You're right. So another chance for Vietnam to perhaps finally get one on the board. It's not something you like to see, a player miss a 9-ball like that, especially after the drubbing they've been taking so far. They just haven't been able to get it together, Vietnam.
And that's going to leave.
Another poor result for the team in yellow. And the team in red quickly up out of their chairs to try to put this one to bed. I like the rhythm these two play at. Even with an open table, they're in no particular hurry.
The question here is, does he play this with 2 rails and go try and have a window in between the 7 and 8? Has to be almost perfect there.
Slow down.
And perfect is not.
Looks like the 8 is blocking the 6-ball.
Half a ball to the left, he would have been fine.
So Skowerski hit that too hard. It's going to be a bit of a masse here. Ball will swerve around that 8.
Got it.
He actually jumped it a bit because he didn't have to jump over a full ball. Nice shot. Boy, that was terrific. Didn't have enough room to hit it straight, so he just jumped it over the very edge of the 8 and pocketed it, and that will do it. A memorable first round outing for Team Poland and a very forgettable day for Team Vietnam.
Whitewash possibly coming up, and the second team to do it.
Nine goes. KArol Skowerski, Radoslaw Babica take down Team Vietnam 8-0. They move on into the round of 16. Vietnam is out. Poland will play the winner of our next match, Canada and Malta, featuring the always entertaining Tony Drago. So we'll have that match for you here from SM City North EDSA when we return at the partypoker.net World Cup of Pool.
A masterclass in the art of breaking from Team Poland, and the result fairly inevitable. Poland into the second round, 15 teams through, one outstanding issue to be settled in the first round. Canada against Malta play to fill the final berth in the partypoker.net World Cup of Pool.